What you got for me?
IG didn't kill Zeke. The source doesn't get more reliable than this.
I don't need to find the party.
Party finds me.
I find you spy in my library.
I need my friend first.
Be careful about your next moves. You never know who could be watching.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now tonight we're gonna be talking about Power Book 2 Go Season 3, Episode 5, the mid-season finale. This is my quick thoughts, early impressions. Down below, I want you guys to give me your quick thoughts, early impressions on this episode. And this was another banger. And if you've been watching the videos, you already knew Lorenzo was going to be taken out. This should not be any, surprise to you guys about Lorenzo's death. And it goes back to that official trailer where everybody was going back and forth as far as whose funeral that was going to be. Well, I already made videos about that telling you guys, like, most likely it's going to be Lorenzo's. People was kind of confused if it was going to be Freaky Zeke's, but after seeing Kane with that chain on, we kind of already knew what time it was and Lorenzo's days was numbered. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on the whole Lorenzo death and it being Gordo is it made the most sense. Now, we talked about Evelyn and her sons, and we've been talking about Evelyn since she, popped up on the show, and of course, Uncle Frank. That whole storyline, it made the most sense as far as her son actually doing this. You know what I'm saying? We talked about different people that could have done it. I told you guys, I'm just glad that it was not like Kane or Drew or whatever. I didn't want it to be, one of his actual kids, because we see that time and time again throughout, all these Power shows. So they gave us something else. And like I said, the whole Evelyn plot line, it made the most sense. And by bringing in her sons this season, we already knew they weren't just going to be around for some small stuff. They was going to be around for revenge, and eventually it will be issues between them and the Tejada family. And what's going to happen when Drew finds out that Gordo was the one that took out his pops? The sad thing is Lorenzo had nothing to do with Uncle Frank being taken out. We know that was Kane, and y'all know Kane, man. He gonna be going through it because him and Lorenzo, they squashed their beef. They had, one last little drink, and they was actually bonding, and things was going well for them, but we know Lorenzo didn't make it. But do you guys actually believe Monet is going to be able to get away with all of this? We talked about this in the Final Predictions video, and when we went over those exclusive pictures, and we knew that Evelyn and Monet will be having a conversation, most likely we already knew that Monet will be telling, some things about Lorenzo. She set all that up. You know what I'm saying? She found out the truth about Lorenzo taking out Zeke. And we know Lorenzo took Kane's advice. He finally told Monet the truth out of his own mouth. But it didn't matter. I mean, he waited all this time to tell her, which is understandable why she would still be pissed off. Because she's going all these months believing that somebody else took him out. But the whole time it was Lorenzo. He was right there, by her side, and made it seem like he had nothing to do with it. So she said, you know what? I ain't playing around with you. And she, of course, told Evelyn all this stuff. The crazy part was she told Evelyn the information about Lorenzo before she even had the conversation with Lorenzo. So she already knew deep down inside what he had done, and she had decided to go ahead and try to get him up out of here. But this is going to come back on them. We know that the Russians most likely will be shooting up the funeral in next week's episode. But the Russians, that's just one problem. It will be, I believe, a final showdown between Evelyn's sons and the Tejada family. And I know Kane's going to be pissed off because if he finds out the truth about this, he's going to be like, man, I knew we should have just took them out. Remember at the beginning of the season, Kane wanted to take out all of Evelyn's sons, but they end up taking out the Russian Connect instead. But I know he going to be like, man, I knew I should have gone ahead and just eliminated them. I'm going to tell you right now, all those sons is not making it through this season. Somebody getting dropped off, and it could be your boy Gordo. And I know Drew, he gonna be upset as well, as I told you guys, along with Diana. But Drew most likely could be the person that's going to have to handle Gordo when it's all said and done, but we shall see. But I just can't wait to see the aftermath of all of this, because Monet is talking about I'm in control now. It's about to be a little bit different. She is, going around thinking that her kids is not going to find out the truth. but his power, we know it's just a matter of time before another one of Monet's secrets is revealed. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on everything else besides the Lorenzo, death thing. Your boy Tariq, of course, the crew, Effie and Brayden, they go to Italy with RSJ. That whole thing was crazy, y'all. They went there for Westing Holdings, but we know they had to do a mission for Noma. Like, really? They got to go there and do a mission and get this, this recording, I guess, device, this listening device that Mecha Planet. Like, really? I mean, this was a GTA / Splinter Cell / Metal Gear Solid mission. Like, really? You sending them to do this out of nowhere? Like, really? Like, come on. And they ain't from there. I mean, luckily, they was able to get the job done. Hell, they should have just sent Effie in there from the jump, because Brayden, he went in there. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. Effie was able to retrieve that listening device, and they was able to get Brayden, out of harm's way, but he did catch a beat down. But still, it was very risky. Now, Noma, she's crazy as hell. I guess based off that picture, it seems like she had a kid with that Francisco character or whatever. And if she's, taking this guy out, it goes to show you just how crazy she is. I'm just glad she returned. I mean, we don't see this girl at all in the show. She finally pops back up and, she catching bodies like always, right? And Obi, he was hoping and praying that they would slip up on this mission, but they didn't. They completed it, y'all. Now, my quick thoughts, early impressions on Lauren, Cooper Saxe, Tariq. That whole storyline was crazy. In the final predictions video, we talked about this because we saw those exclusive pictures and we knew that Lauren and Tariq will be meeting up in this episode. Your girl, Jenny Sullivan, she's stupid. She is dumb because she's lying to Cooper Saxe. We knew Cooper Saxe was going to, look up some more intel on Jenny Sullivan because she's been lying to him and he can't take it, and he finds out that Lauren is alive. I'm glad Cooper Saxe told Lauren that Tariq was not trying to kill her. He had nothing to do with it, and Jenny is just lying to you. But all Jenny cares about is this whole Rico thing. That's it. And now it's going to backfire on her. And I'm glad that Lauren told Tariq, like, look, you got to watch yourself because they're building up a big case on you. But it seems like the feds, that's not your only issue. That's not your only problem. Tariq, he is thinking like, man, I can't trust nobody. He's going to be pissed off at Effie and Brayden, and most likely he will be confronting them very, very soon. So I definitely cannot wait to see that. We saw that promo video that dropped on Instagram earlier on this week. I broke down that promo talking about, Tariq most likely having that conversation with Lauren and when it's going to happen. Well, it happened in this episode, and then we're going to see the aftermath in episode 6, and we're going to see what's going to happen when Effie finally reveals out of her own mouth what she did. And as I told you guys in that video, because now we know a little bit more intel. Tariq knows Lauren is alive. No one else knows this besides Cooper Saxe, of course, and Jenny Sullivan. But what's going to happen? Will Tariq continue to try to protect Lauren? Or will he have to be the one that takes her out? So even though he has love for her, she is still a liability, y'all. And I know it's hard because Lauren, she really does love Tariq. She wants to look out for him. But we know in power history, people like Lauren put in this spot, they don't usually last, right? So we're going to see what's going to happen. I mean, Tariq, he's talking about he's smarter than Ghost, so maybe he has another way out for her. Or maybe he has to take her out. Y'all let me know what y'all think is going to happen. But, I mean, this episode was straight up fire. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next. I will be dropping that full recap for you guys later on in the day, so stay tuned for that. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.